Guys, literally these 8 tips that I'm going to give you in this video will help you with any investment that you want to make from now on. You will really learn how to invest. And the reason why I say this is because for the past 10 years, I have seen people that actually apply these 8 tips and have had much success with their investments. These are not my tips. These are actually tips that I have learned over these past 10 years from multi-millionaires, people that are very, very wealthy and people that have a lot of money. And a lot of people think that in order to have a lot of money, you have to be very smart or very clever. But to be honest, like these people that I know are not that smart. And that's why I think everyone can do this. Even if you're smart, you're not smart, anyone can learn how to invest. So just to start with the first one, which is very important that I have learned, is to save money. And why is this important to investment, you may ask? Well, a lot of people, when they're starting with their investments, they say, okay, I'm not going to use any of my money. I'm just going to ask for a loan to the bank, or I'm going to ask my dad or my mom to borrow me money, or my friends. And that's possible. Yeah, that's a possibility. But when you do it from your own money, there's a different hit from that investment. First of all, you put a lot more pressure into investment because you know how much time you saved to invest that money. And I'm not talking that you need to save, $100,000 or $1,000 before you invest. I mean, you can even invest with $50, $50 or $100. Like, it doesn't really matter the amount. The important thing is that you start investing, right? I mean, you don't have to make crazy amounts of money. Just set apart every month, $10, $15, $100 if you can, right? And then after a couple months, you have a good amount to invest. So that's the first tip I want to give you. I want to make these tips very short so you guys go straight to the bone and not really give you all this crazy introduction to every step. So the second step will be surround yourself by people that have actually succeeded with investments, okay? This is very important because there are a lot of courses and books and fake gurus and scammers out there that will tell you how to invest. But one thing that you need to do is that you need to learn from first hand. So surround yourself right now. Think of people that you know that actually have made investments and that have gotten good results from that have received the kind of money that you want to receive from investments. Start surrounding yourself with people like that, and not necessarily go to them and ask them how they do their investments. I mean, you can do that, but just being surrounded by them, just hanging out with them, you'll really get that motivation, that energy that these guys have. That's amazing. Like, I'm telling you guys, please write a list right now. Try to find at least 3 or 5 people that you know that have done investments that you can probably start hanging out a little bit more. And you will see how naturally you'll start knowing more about how to invest and how to do it effectively. That's one key that I see. I mean, networking is not going necessarily to events and start talking with people that you don't know. Sometimes it's very awkward. People get very anxious about that. No, I'm really talking about surround yourself with people that you know. It might be your dad, your uncle, a friend from work, your neighbor, a cousin, whatever. It doesn't matter who it is. But start surrounding yourself by those people because they will give you great insights. Their attitude, their discipline, the way they drive their life will motivate you to actually do their best. Actually, to be honest, like to just tell a very, very short story, I started hanging out a couple years with people that actually have been traveling around the world a lot. And even though they don't tell me, how to make more money, just by listening to their experiences, I feel very, very motivated to just make more money. So that environment with people that actually make investments, that make money, will motivate you naturally to start doing that. So that's super key, to just surround yourself with people that are making or have been making great investments so far. The third tip, and sorry guys, I'm losing my breath here, but I'm super excited to tell you guys these tips. I mean, they're great. They're great. Yeah, let's just keep going. So the third one is learn from those that have the investments that you like, okay? So not just surround yourself by people that are doing investments, but for example, let's say you like real estate investment. Start really surrounding yourself by people that, come from real estate, that do real estate investments. Or if you like people that, invest in, let's say, cars, right? That they buy cars, fix them, and resell them. Start surrounding yourself by people that are doing the investments that you want to do, because they will give you the tips and tricks on what things you need to do and what things you don't need to do, okay? Obviously, you'll fail. Obviously, you'll make mistakes, but I promise you that they will be a lot less if you were just doing it by yourself and not really taking advice from these people that are already doing these investments that you like. So also make a list. Think of 3 people, think of 5 people that are really doing the investments that you like and start listening to them. If you don't have anyone close to you that are doing these investments, go to YouTube. Look into real estate investments, look into stock investments, just look at things and look at people that you want, and that will help you get more information, learn from their experiences, from their failures and their wins, and that will make your easy and your investments a lot easier. Okay, let's jump straight into 4, which is start investing in small amounts first. Start investing in small amounts first. Why do I say this? Because a lot of people get very excited. They have surrounded themselves by people that, gave them great advice. You have to do this, try to avoid this, do that. I will help you. And people say, hey, it's already done. Let's just invest. Let's go to the bank. Let's ask for them for $100,000 because I already know how to invest. I have all these people backing me up. But to be honest, you can't really predict how an investment it's going to go. So always when you're starting with the first investment, start with small amounts, okay? If you probably have saved up, let's say $1,000, start with $100, invest that money. See how does it go? How does the investment go for a week, 2 weeks, or a month? See if you're getting the returns that you want, or, that will help you understand if this is really an investment that you like, or if it's not really an investment that you like. If you fail very quickly, then, it's a good thing because then you'll learn a lot quicker. But just don't put all your money into the first time that you're doing an investment, because you'll be surprised with the crazy outcomes that an investment can have. So always make sure to just invest a portion of what you have saved or the money that you have available into a first investment. That way you can start learning about this investment before putting the rest of your money into that, okay? The 5th tip is do not invest emotionally. So this happens a lot, for example, with people that like football. So, they gamble emotionally, and please do not gamble ever in your life. That's the worst thing that you can do. A lot of people start, getting great results probably from gambling the first month, but then after that first month, they lose everything. But sometimes people invest in their, let's say, soccer team or football team, that they're going to do good next season, or they're going to play better, or they start investing in real estate in their neighborhood that they always liked or that they grew up. So they want always to see it succeed. But to be honest, you really need to look at the facts, at the history of the investment. Don't embrace emotionally into an investment. A lot of people say, hey, I have this cousin, my dad, my mom, my son, my wife that wants to do this investment. And I don't really think this is going to work, but I'm really attached to her or to him. So I really want to do it. And to be honest, that's not a great idea. It's your money. If you lose money, you're going to be losing money. So please make sure that when you invest your money, you make a background check. You ask people that have invested in that niche before, because it is so important that you're not attached emotionally to that investment. Because when you're attached emotionally, you make choices that you're going to regret later. So always do them rational, with information and with facts. All right, let's go to tip number 6, which has to do a lot with the last one, and it's research before investing. So when you're learning how to invest, you really need to do a research. If you're doing on real estate, you have to look at the market, see the different people that have invested in that market before, in that neighborhood. If you want to invest in cars, you really have to understand what kind of cars are good to invest, what are the cars that are actually selling the most, and things like that. A lot of people actually right now are investing in parking lots, just buying one parking spot at a time. But you have to look if these parking lots are really going to have a lot of transit, a lot of people are going to be using it, or is it in a place where actually not so many people are going to be using this parking spot. So make your research, take some time. It may take days, sometimes it takes weeks, and sometimes it even takes, months. but think it's your money. The more research that you do, the better the investment or the outcome, you can control it. Now, what I want to say with this is that you also have to balance yourself, because a lot of people just research for months and never do the investment. So don't spend so much time researching. Just get a good feeling and a good impressions and information and data and facts about how to invest in this. And once you have it and you feel that you have it, just do it, because the majority information that you will be learning is by doing the investment and not so much by researching the investment, okay? But always make sure to do a little research right before doing the investment, okay? Next tip I want to give you is to, for this example, I guess I can probably explain with an example. So when you invest in the stock market, there's a lot of different brokers that you can go to kind of talk with them, see their commissions, see how they operate, see when you can have your money available, and obviously if they take some amounts of your profit. So always look into the commissions and the cost of your investments. So for example, if you want to invest in the stock market, you have to go through a broker, or well, there's different things now that you can do, but always look at the commissions. Look how much that broker is going to take from your commission, either if they're taking the commission when you put in the money or when you're taking out the money, or sometimes both. Sometimes they do it both sides. So always think how many commissions they are taking and have that very clear, because you need to know that when you realize if you're doing a profit from your investment or a loss. So commissions, people say, hey, commissions are nothing. They're like 1% or 2%. But if you have a broker that's probably, taking 1% at the beginning and then a 10% off of what you gained from that investment, I mean, that's a lot of money. And there's a lot of like small letters on commission. So please make sure to do your research. I have seen a lot of millionaires, spend not really weeks, but probably days looking into all the commissions that can come into this investments or all the direct costs. So this is something very important that you have to do, because if you don't do it, then after you start your investment, you will regret this. So please make sure to always do this. Now, the last tip is probably one of the best tips that I have heard and seen in my entire life on how to invest. I mean, all these 7 tips I haven't given you are great, but this one, the last one, is really, really good, because and it's really dedicated for short-term investments. And it says always for short-term investments, know when you won with an investment and when you lost. So for example, let's say, I guess a good example would be to demonstrate it in the stock market. So for example, just to make the example a lot easier to understand, if you buy, let's say, an Apple stock, right, for $100, let's say. So you have to put yourself a limit. So you're going to say, okay, if I'm going to do this short term, when do I want to sell? When do I want to take the win? And when do I want to take the loss? Because some people say, hey, no, I'll just, I don't know when really to go out. It will just depend on the moment. And that's really not a good idea. So what you have to do is, for example, if you bought that Apple stock for $100, you can say, okay, when I reach 130, when the value of the Apple stock reaches 130, I will take that out and, cash my gains. But on the other side, if the stock goes down, if it goes less than $70, then I'll probably, take my losses. It is so important that you guys can really have that fixed and know when to take your wins and when to take your losses, right? I mean, a lot of people say, hey, it doesn't matter. I bought it at 100. Now it's in 40, but I know that it will go up eventually. This is very important. And this is for short-term investing, right? Because if you have it long-term, I mean, yes, that can happen. You can buy it in 100, and 1 year it can be at, after 1 year it can be at 30, and, a year later it can be in 200, but that's long term. If we think in short term, you really need to put your costs and your limits, and that will help you really understand what you need to do. I mean, guys, I can't really stress this, how important it is, and how much money you can lose and how much money you can make from actually doing this. Because a lot of people say, okay, I'll just wait until it's 160, and then 160 hits. They're like, oh no, to be honest, like it's going up so fast, so let me just wait until 180. And then when it goes to 170, it drops down to, let's say, 30 for example. So, and then, so you lost your chance to just cash that money out and make your investment a win. Okay, guys, that's what I want to share. If you really liked it and enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. I really enjoy just giving you advice that I have learned for actual millionaires all around the world. I really like to give you. So please, if there's any other tips that you guys have learned or anything that you guys want to share, please share in the comments. Please share this video. This video is supposed to be entertaining so you guys can really learn how to invest. And guys, it's not hard to invest. The only thing you have to do is just start investing. Start looking into those niches that you like. Start understanding what people that are making it right now are making money. What are they doing? Just investigate their lives. If they're close to you, surround yourselves by them, and you will see how naturally that money will flow in. Two things: discipline and patience. Those are key for any success. All right, guys, have a good one and see you in the next video.